Welcome everybody to the Bush and Me show. Week
Mm-hmm.
three, week three. Just a quick recap of week two. Bush, you went 2-0-1, maybe 3-0. We might give you that one. The line
Give
in
me
the
that
sink
one.
game. The line
I
in the sink
need
game
that one.
closed at three. You got to push because you gave up a late touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You had the game locked the whole time. I went 1-2. I lost
I
my
know
best
that's. I
bet.
know. I know that's. I know that's tough for you to say.
It
Before we
is.
got on. Before we got on. We started recording. You act like you didn't want to talk about this. Because you really gloated. First week you went 3-0. I went 0-3, and you really found a way to rub that in. So I'm
All
glad
right.
that
I
you.
went
I'm,
I
I'm
went
glad.
1-2. I went against my Ravens and they made me eat my crow. So
I like how you worded that. That was nice.
so I will sit there and eat my crow. 1-2. I did have the Rams game were my only win. A few trends from week two. The
hmm
overs went 13-3. That is the most overs in a single week in the wild card era, which is since 1990.
hmm
13-3, and two of those unders of the three were actually on Monday night. So going into Monday night, overs were 13-1. The crazy number. You're coming off of week one where the unders were 12-4. So you look like some Vegas adjusted some numbers there, lowered some totals, and they blew it out of the water. Especially the 4 o'clock games. I feel like everyone was scoring at 4 o'clock. Another trend that stuck out: road teams are 19-13 this season straight up. 19-12-1 against the spread too. So they're not only covering spreads, they're winning outright. 19 road wins through 2 weeks in the NFL is also the most road wins in the wild card era since 1990 as well.
That's pretty
Nine,
significant.
yeah, 19 out of 32 teams have won on the road. What do you think the trend is here? What has changed? You played in the league for 12 years. You've played at home in front of the crowd cheering you on. You know what that
Right.
advantage is. You've played on the road in Lambeau and when it's cold and the crowd is
Yeah.
there and they're yelling at you and giving you the finger. What do you think has changed so much this year? That are people sitting on their hands? Are the people that aren't rowdy not going to the games? Is Bill's Mafia not showing up? Why are the road teams winning so much?
I don't know. I mean, it's to me that I think that's a hard question to ask. But then it's like when you sit back and look at it, like if you looked at any of the highlights from the Rams 49ers game, they were playing in Los Angeles. But if you looked in the crowd, you would think the 49, you would think they were playing.
That's a good
Uh,
point.
you know what I'm saying? So like I feel
Hmm.
like some of these places that are trying to build these great fan bases, your Las Vegas. I don't know how those crowds are, but I do know one thing: when you go play in places like Lambeau, when you play in Buffalo, when you play in New Orleans, right? These are places that really kind of serve as a 12th man, like Detroit. These places are loud. Kansas City. Teams really use that to their advantage. So listen, a lot of these teams, and again, it's a lot of inconsistent play. Especially from some of these quarterbacks. As the early part of the season, I would start to think that once you start moving into the middle of the season, end of the season, you'll start to see that trend, like you're saying, start to flip. You'll start to see these teams protect their house a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But that's important. For teams that want to make a good playoff push is winning at home. If you're losing at home early in the season, you're really kind of stacking the cards against you.
Good insight there, and good push to try to get us an Under Armour sponsorship. I like.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're from that Maryland area, Towson Connect. Listen, we gotta get something, some gear, something. Bush and Me
Yeah,
show, dry fit. I sweat a lot. I'm putting it out
Kevin,
there. Under Armour, I'm
Kevin,
right here.
Kevin Plank, give us a call. Maybe so.
Please.
Maybe just the wrong teams have been at home the first 2 weeks as well.
I can, yeah, I would agree with that. And again, how inconsistent did we see some of our stars play in the first week? Coming into week two, some of these guys, like your Josh Allen's, right? From week one, everybody's talking about this guy crazy, like he can't play football. He comes back week two, shuts everybody up, right? So you're still waiting to see. I don't know if Joe Burrow's going to play this year, but he just got paid. You want to see this guy go out and produce and have the success that he's been having. So I think you can look around and point at certain teams and certain players in the league and just wait for that time for them to get over that hump.
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, like in golf, if you win the hole, you go first. You won the week 2, so you can go first, big dog. Week 3, give us who you got in your first game.
Well, if you've been listening to the show the last couple of weeks, I'm highlighting all my former teams. I got to go with the team that's unfortunately in the media for the wrong things right now, and I'm talking about the Chicago Bears. They are going into Kansas City, and Justin Fields is just honestly the Chicago Bears just aren't getting it done. Like we talked about inconsistencies, right? You see inconsistent play. You see a team that can protect the quarterback, and then you see a team that doesn't protect it. Then you see a guy who can throw the ball in all the right places, and then they don't. And you see a defense who can get to the quarterback, but they had Baker Mayfield looking like Baker Houdini out here the way he got out of 4 sacks. I mean, he had people on him, and they just couldn't break him down. Couldn't bring him down. I believe it's rough sledding right now for the Chicago Bears. You got your starting quarterback in the media. Really talking about maybe coaching is the answer, or coaching is not the answer right now that for the some of the non-success that they're having out there. And I just think for them to go into Kansas City against a team, to me, that has underperformed, right? You look at, they lost against the Lions week 1. Probably could have and should have lost, had a chance. I mean, they could have lost that game easily to the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. You're talking about 3 turnovers in the first half. They got their act together second half and ended up coming back and coming away and getting that W. But, Kelsey comes back, makes his presence known. Chris Jones comes back, first drive. He assisted with the sack, didn't get credited for it, but he was the one who caused the pressure. Then he finally finds a way to get to Trevor Lawrence and bring him down. Like I said, he's making his presence known, Chris Jones and Kelsey. And another blow to the Bears is their starting left tackle. Looks like he's going to go on IR. And this is a team that's already been struggling. This is a quarterback that has been holding on to the ball way too long. Here's the thing that really bothers me about what the Chicago Bears are doing. You are trying to turn Justin Fields into a one-dimensional quarterback. And the way that this guy has had success and been able to at least try to put his team in scoring position is with his feet. And last game, here's the stats right here. Statman took that from you. This man rushed the ball 4 times for 3 yards. That's not the way that Justin Fields is going to be successful in this league. And if the OC and the head coach think so, then maybe they need to move in a different direction. The Chiefs, listen, the Bears are getting 12.5 points. What scares me is that number. Justin Fields says he feels like he's playing robotic. He says he's going to go out this week and play like himself. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. Let it fly. Let it go. I'm going to take the Bears here. I don't think they're going to win this game. For some reason, I feel like they're going to make it competitive. I might change that by the time we get finished. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you because they have turmoil. The defensive coordinator resigns for whatever reasons. That will come out probably by the time this comes out, by the time you guys listen to it. But I'm going to go with the Bears, not to win, but to cover the 12.5.
They gave up 38 points to the Packers when they were at home. Defense a little suspect, held the Bucs to 27. The Chiefs could put up a 4 handle on them if they're not easy. But like you said, 12.5 is a lot of points in this league. And the Chiefs aren't a team that historically covers by margin. Usually they're 5-12 against the spread. But they'll win. They'll be 13-3 or 14-3, but they don't really cover big numbers like that. So if I had to pick this one gun to my head, I'm with you. I would probably take it.
Well, I hope you never have a gun to your head, Meehan, but thank you for that insight.
All right, my first pick. I'm going to a Super Bowl rematch of 2 years ago. Bengals and Rams. And for the first time this season, I'm not picking a side. I'm going with the total here. We have the Bengals, 32nd ranked offense in the league. We have the
Bam.
Rams with the 23rd ranked rush offense in the league. The Rams do have the third overall passing attack right now, but they're going up against a Bengals defense that's ranked 10th against the pass. I think this game is going to be low scoring. Totals it's down to 43.5 now from 44.5. I'm going under 43.5 as the pick. I see this being a hard fought, low scoring game. I think both D lines are going to get good pass rush. You got two great D lines here. Not a lot of big plays. Neither team's going to be able to run the ball successfully. They're going to try to pass, but the pass rush will be there. I'm going with the under here. Unders, like we said, week 1, we're 12-4. Seemed like almost every game was going under. Week 2, unders were 3-13. So a lot of times when there's that many games going against you here, so the unders were 3-13, Vegas tends to adjust to that, over-adjust to that's the word I should use.
Okay.
The public's going to hear overs went 13-3. They're going to load up on overs. I think Vegas will give you high lines out there. This should probably be about 39, 40 points. So I think we're getting value. I'm going under 43.5, low scoring.
Gotcha. You think Joe Burrow plays this week?
He should. I mean,
It's just a calf.
It's just a calf.
Just a calf, right?
Or because of his stat.
Listen, he needs to play.
He's been bad. Yeah.
He's been. Yeah, it's not been pretty right now. They look like Bengals before he got there. So I hope he's straight. Listen, game 2, we're going to Lambeau. Saints are going into Lambeau this week. Kind of a snooze fest, right? The first half of the Monday night game.
Did you play in Lambeau as a Saint? I know you played there as a Bear.
Yes, I did. It was a Sunday game. It was 4:00, actually 3:25. I remember that game. It was a beautiful day. I loved going to Lambeau. I don't know what it was, but like this big ass stadium is kind of like tucked away in this neighborhood almost. Like you're just going like you're just like driving, and bam, it just kind of just pops up on you. And it's like, and it's just like as soon as you step on the field or actually into the stadium, like you can feel the history in the place. Like they got the best grass in there. You look up in the stands 2 hours before the game, the stadium is like 60-70% filled. When you come back out for warm-up, it's packed. It's bench seating. Everybody's close together. Man, listen, there's nothing like playing in Lambeau. I think this is going to be a really exciting game up there. The Packers are getting 2 points, or Saints are getting 2 points. Packers are favored. The thing about the Saints that really is a question mark for me, and it was a question mark that I had after the first week, was I feel like defensively they have a championship team. That's how I feel. I believe you have a quarterback who can get you into the playoffs. I think you have specialists, especially when AK comes back. He ain't coming back this week. But when AK comes back and you got this trio of receivers and this group of tight ends that the Saints have, when you look at that, you feel really, really good about them. But then the offensive line is something that I feel like it's holding. It's keeping this team from going as far as they want to go. Right? When you have an offensive line that's not really getting it done on the ground early on, especially in the first half. The first half of both games have been pretty slow. They came back out, turned those field goals into touchdowns, and was able to really, get the job done against Carolina, which they shouldn't have got that last 7. So, ended up covering on the spread. But,
8.
Man, listen, at the end, what's that?
They got 8. They got that touchdown and the 2-point conversion, remember?
Yeah. I was like, the whole time I'm like, come on, please just don't let this dude score. And they're like playing like prevent defense, just letting them do their thing. I guess they had this bend but don't break mentality. But
even when they gave him the touchdown, don't let the 2-point conversion. It was like a busted play where Thielen was blocking somebody, got bumped, and
right,
throwing the ball.
Yeah,
But anyway.
So, but listen. Here's what I loved about the Saints game last week. Second half, came out, ran the ball much better, protected Derek Carr. He felt safe back there. He was able to get the balls to where he needed to go. I thought the play calling was balanced. And the thing that probably put this over the edge, and they need to use him again and again, it'll actually be a little bit of a homecoming, is Taysom Hill. I believe a stat on Taysom Hill. When Taysom either runs the ball 7 or 10 times, the Saints are like 15-1, something like that. If Taysom gets the ball like 7 or 8 times, I did not make that up. That is, well, they say most stats are made up. So at the end of the day,
coming from the stat man,
right? You probably make all your shit up. Don't call me.
Yeah, hey, prove I'm wrong.
But no, here's the other thing. Here's the other red flag, right? You're not this pass rush, Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary, bro. They can bring it on the edge, like so. We're going to need Ramczyk to pretty much be locked down, like he has been. But this rookie, right, making sure that he keeps Preston Smith off of Derek Carr. Damn, this is tough. This one,
big dog. What you going with?
You know I'm going black and gold, dog. I'm going Saints. Yeah, listen, Vegas don't have them winning. Vegas got them losing. Okay, we're different, bro. I'm going with the Saints. They're going to have to stop our wide receiver trio. From what I just saw, Bakhtiari and the left guard might not play for the Packers, so we're going to heat his ass up. All right, we got one of the best secondaries, if not the best secondary in the league. So yeah, I like the Saints. Block them up front, and we'll win the game. That's it. That's all I got for you.
First game in the Jordan Love era in Lambeau Field. They've been on the road the first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that little town that you drove through, all them people there, they've been dying for this. The Saints are 2-0, right? Coming into Lambeau, they're underdogs at 2-0.
They are.
Vegas is telling you, take the Packers. If I had another gun to my head, which hopefully we don't, I would actually take the Packers.
I know you would, but they're gonna have to show me.
It'd be a good game either way. Right?
Yeah, honestly, this is a big game in my opinion, because this is a much better team than they played on Monday night, and they only won by Monday night on 3. So I like this one. I think the Saints have an edge here. Just block them up front.
We've been talking about a lot of stadiums, a lot of home field advantage. Carolina, Lambeau.
I'll say, listen. I played a lot of games in Carolina. It can get rowdy there. It can.
It is a rivalry. You're right. It is a rivalry.
It is. It's a rivalry, and the Carolina Panthers always play the New Orleans Saints tough, especially early on in the season.
And the Saints won by a bigger margin than they did. So
yeah, honestly,
we'll see how it is. It'll be a good game.
Yeah, I'm excited either way.
My second game, I'm going with a rivalry, a divisional rivalry. Historical teams that hate each other. We're going back to Rex Ryan and Bill Belichick. We're talking about the New York Jets and the New England Patriots.
Okay.
This goes back to when Parcells left New England and went to the Jets, and then Belichick wanted to go interview with the Patriots, and Parcells made him say that resign to automatically make Belichick the head coach. I mean, there's a lot of history between these two. But none of the big names are there this year, right? There's no Brady. Belichick's still there. Rodgers, who we thought was going to be there, is gone. So now we got Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. The spread is 2.5 is the spread. Patriots are favored on the road here. Patriots are 0-2, but have played 2 really good games. Their Jets defense has looked great, even though they're not ranked that high. They're still ranked in the middle of the pack because they gave up a lot of points both weeks. I think that the Jets are going to keep this one close, though. The only thing that scares me is Zach Wilson. I mean, he could throw an interception to the house at any moment.
Any time during the game.
Any moment. Yeah, that scares me here. That scares me here, but I think this will be a low-scoring game. A lot of run. Jets are going to try to control the clock, give the ball to Hall. I see this being like a 16-13 type game. Here's a stat for you. Statman's giving the stats out. Bill Belichick, from 2003 to 2020, 42-16 in the month of September. But that's when he had Thomas Edward Patrick Brady as his quarterback. Brady, 3 years ago, said see you later. taking my talents to North Beach, Middle Beach. Where's Tampa?
I would say on the west side of Florida.
West Beach. It's not South Beach.
Central
So,
West Central.
so since Brady left in the month of September, Belichick the last 3 years 2-6 in the month of September.
I mean, look at the court. I mean, come on.
There's a trend there. I mean, he's got the same team. The defense looks good, but I don't think they're gonna put this ball in Zach Wilson's hands to make him win the game. Let the defense lock down the Patriots offense and run. I'm going with the Jets here in 2.5. I just think Vegas is dangling that carrot in front of you and saying Patriots by less than a field goal. Are you really gonna put your money on Zach Wilson? Well, I am this week. I'm going with the Jets.
Boy, what you been smoking, bro?
Cricket's over there.
What you been smoking, bro?
Don't worry about it. The good stuff.
I'm about to say, send it here because I need it. All right, listen. Yeah, listen. We've done Bears, we've done Saints. It's Miami time, baby. South Beach. We're here. All right, Miami. Okay, home opener, huh? It's finna be popping at Hard Rock. All right, Denver. My dog Sean Payton. I know a bunch of guys over there, so this is exciting, man. I might have to pop in, shake a few hands, get some man hugs, pause, right? Because I know a few people over there, so we might have to pop in on this game. Miami is it's just a quick Uber, quick